Hello and welcome to Die Hard United, the one stop for everything at Manchester United. It was a disgrace of a performance yesterday, and honestly, this isn't a surprise. We have had this going on for years now, even before Erik Ten Hag. We have games whereby we lose, we get scored, we concede the first goal, and after then the game turned to shit, and that is basically what happened yesterday. And there are a lot of questions to be asked from Casemiro, Marcus Rashford, Erik Ten Hag, and Onana. Everybody has questions to answer. But of course, the most important one, of course, is on the manager because he's the one making most of the decisions concerning what happens on the pitch. And it is first things first. Ten Hag isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So everybody is saying that he should be sacked. If after the international break we come on and we go on a winning streak, of course he stays. He stays. So there's no need now to say Ten Hag must go. Ten Hag must go. For me, I just want to see what he can do after the international break. For me, the season starts after international break. After the international break, we have everybody back. Transfer window is officially closed, and then we'll know what he can do after the international break. We can hopefully Mane Ugarte comes in after international break, and Casemiro can sit on the bench, and yeah, we can see what he can do concerning his tactics, tweaking some things in the game, stop playing long balls, start controlling game, controlling possession, stop chucking balls in, probably Højlund is back, and we can see better football from this team. But right here, right now, the first 3 games has been a disgrace. Out of 9 points, we only got 3 points. Even the win against Fulham, the performances wasn't good, but it was the first game, and we said, okay, it is the first game. Let's see how the second game goes. Second game against Brighton, we did well in the first 30 minutes. After the first 30 minutes, everything, we lost the game 2-1. Then in the third game against Liverpool, first things first, Liverpool is a better team. I didn't really expect us to beat Liverpool, but I expected a better result. Slot came in to a perfectly organized team of players that know themselves, have been playing for years. How many players did they sign? 2 players, one goalkeeper that isn't coming until next year, and a winger in Federico Chiesa. So it goes to show you how organized that team was, that team is, how balanced it was. So it didn't really come in to do much. So I wouldn't expect us to even beat Liverpool, honestly. And of course, against the game today, I expected more. Yesterday, I expected more from the players, but we didn't get that, and we lost comfortably. Yeah, Liverpool beat us comfortably. You hear what Slot said about how he beat us, and also how Mohamed Salah said he was surprised how easy it was to win that game, and even how Trent is busy being a shithouse. But then it was a very easy victory for Liverpool, and that game is gone. So the future now is on Erik Ten Hag. What is going to happen? Are we going to see him start making better decisions? I don't know why Marcus Rashford is starting games. Out of the 3 games, Marcus Rashford has started all the games and played 90 minutes, and he hasn't had a shot on target in 3 games. A disgrace. Ahmad, player of the month, got benched against Liverpool. I don't see any reason why he got benched. Joshua Zexi, first start, it was not very poor. He was poor, but his first start for us, and I expect him to improve over time, right? But then the midfield was still one of the main issues, with Casemiro playing poorly. It's fair to say Casemiro's time is gone. He needs to go, but of course he can't leave because so much of something is closed and nobody actually came to buy him. But it is fair to say Casemiro has dropped off completely, and is someone that we cannot really depend on again. This is his 3rd season. First season was fantastically beautiful. Second season he began to drop off. Now this season he has finally dropped off because in the first 3 games he was poor in the first 3 games, absolutely poor in the first 3 games, and there's nothing we can do about that because it's just his time to can go to Saudi and go and play his football, go back to Brazil and play well. But at top flight football, Casemiro seems to be done, and hopefully when Ugarte comes in, he can take over that number 6 position from Casemiro, and Casemiro can go somewhere on the bench and relax and be an impact sub for us. Maybe he will do better as an impact sub, but starting games, it doesn't work. It doesn't look like it's going to work anymore for Casemiro. But again, Erik Ten Hag, his job was on the line. He's making his job difficult for him because he's always saying he's not a magician. Any opportunity he gets, he starts mentioning the fact that he has won 2 trophies in his 2 years at the club. Fine and good, Erik. But in the next few weeks, if you don't do well, you are going to be sacked. If you don't start making better decisions, I understand that now he's going to look at fully implementing his playing style, and that might not work for some players. They might struggle, but at this point in time, any player you feel cannot play your system, you put on the bench, because every game from now counts. And if he doesn't do well in the coming weeks, the road to being sacked is going to be wider and clearer for him to head out the door. But I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about that game, because I'm trying to join the first 3 games together. It is not working. Something is not working. We missed Mount in the last game. There was no real pressing. There was no real control of the game. We're not passing well. We're not controlling the game. We had more possession, but if you watch the game, you couldn't see what we were doing with those possession, right? We didn't control the game. Liverpool played us out of the park from minute 1 to minute 90. And immediately he got the first goal, it became even worse. Second goal, Casemiro left after the first half. In the second half, fine, we considered 1 goal, but it was poor. Liverpool would have easily scored 6 or 7 goals, but what can we say? But if Ten Hag continues like this, December, he's gone. But of course, he will get time. Don't expect them to sack Ten Hag tomorrow or next week. That's not going to happen. Ten Hag will remain in this job at least until December. That is for sure. And after December, if there's no improvement, if we are in the mid-table, that can happen. Mid-table, he's going to get sacked. We need to be at least in the top 4 position, or at least 6th, 7th, 5th, 6th, 7th. That might be okay by December. If we don't get that by December, definitely he's going to get sacked by January or December at least. So it is really serious time for Ten Hag, because in the last few years, our last 3 managers always get sacked in their 3rd season, right? No manager has ever stayed beyond their 3rd season. So this is Ten Hag's 3rd season. Will he get sacked or will he do well? We will find out in the coming days. No, not days. We'll find out in the coming months. He's not getting sacked in the next days. We'll find out in the coming months, definitely.